these are the 4 DLCs for Star Wars Battlefront. The Outer Rim DLC, the Bespin DLC, the Death Star DLC, and the Rogue One DLC. But are they still worth it in 2026? Let's find out. I started off by playing on the Outer Rim DLC on Jabba the Hutt's palace, and I started off on the cargo shipment mode, where I have to defend and deliver cargo without letting the stormtroopers take it. And I wasn't too great at this mode because the stormtroopers had already stopped our cargo from being delivered and we had to restart it. But the only thing is that they had tons of snipers guarding it, which means it would be nearly impossible to start it up again and try and win the match. And this is about when Darth Vader started spawn killing our team. And this is what I mean by spawn killing. This is where our entire team spawned, and Darth Vader just came in and killed all of us over and over and over. For example, here, I spawn in and oh look who it is, it's Darth Vader, and I'm dead. But I finally escaped and was able to turn back on the cargo and we were able to continue on the match. But now we only had 1 minute to get the cargo all the way to the end. And then they immediately stopped it again. And then we got defeated. And even though we got defeated so quickly and so easily, I decided to play another match. And this time we were actually on the Imperial Stormtrooper side. And as soon as I spawned in, this guy started doing this weird emote.
I have a really bad feeling about this.
And then I tried to throw a bomb at someone and on accident exploded myself. And this match wasn't going too great either. They had already had their cargo all the way at the ending area. But then our team started to do a little bit better. I was able to stop the cargo from moving, but I did die afterwards. They started it back up, but I was able to stop it once again. But now here comes the hard part. We have to actually keep it stopped and actually not let the rebels start it back up. And they had already started it up, but I was able to stop it once again. But they just kept starting it back up again and again and again, and they were almost to the extraction point. They were almost to the extraction point, but if we could just keep it stopped and defend it for 4 more minutes, we could win the game. And right before it was about to reach the extraction point, I had successfully stopped it. But we had sadly lost the game. And that's where I stopped playing the Outer Rim DLC. And I honestly really enjoyed it. The maps were really cool, and all the maps were just unique enough to not feel repetitive. I'd give this one probably a 9 out of 10. Next up, I played the Death Star DLC, and I played in a mode where you have to defend the Star Destroyer. And there isn't really much to say about it. It's kind of just like Starfighter Assault, except with a really cool map. And it was pretty fun. It turns out that if you were on the Rebel side and if you defeated the Imperial troopers, then you would actually go inside of one of the Star Destroyers and you'd have to escort R2-D2 through the hallways, which sadly I wasn't able to do in this video, but maybe if I do a part 2, I might figure out how to do it. And then we had won the game. And then I decided to play Droid Run on the commander sector of the Death Star. And I will say, this map is incredible. And apparently we have to defend and claim these gonk droids. It's super cool. There's even functioning elevators in this map. You can press square to activate the buttons of an elevator. Then I was about to claim one of the droids until I got killed. Then I found a C-3PO looking thing until I got exploded. And then sadly we had gotten defeated fairly quickly, but I decided to play another round. Except this time we were on the Imperial Trooper side. And then I also found a cool looking droid in one of the control rooms. And then I found another one of those working elevators. I of course pressed the buttons in there for fun, and then I realized that none of the buttons started to work. I genuinely thought I got stuck in the elevator because I couldn't do anything. You can literally hear me trying to open the doors with the button. And then they opened automatically. And then I found two more droids in an electrical room. And then we sadly got defeated. And this was a really fun DLC to play. Its maps, again, were really cool looking, especially with the elevators. And, well, I'd probably give it about an 8 out of 10. And then I played the Scarif DLC. Now, sadly, I joined into a late game, and therefore I only got about 2 minutes of footage. And I could already tell the map looked awesome. It was just this lush jungle next to a beach. But then we immediately got defeated. Now, I don't want to rate this one like I know what everything in the DLC is, because I don't. I only played it for 2 minutes, and then I couldn't find a single lobby for the rest of the day. Now, what I will rate it off of is how cool I thought the map looked, and therefore I would give it about a 7 out of 10, because I feel like the map just looks awesome to play a game of Walker Assault on, or something like that. And then I played the Bespin DLC, or I should say I tried to play it. I've tried to get a queue or a lobby of Bespin DLC for about an entire day and a half, and I could not find a single full lobby. Which sucks because this DLC looks awesome. Here's some footage of me loading into a Bespin match, just so you can see how long it took for even one person to join. This is at 10 times the speed. I forgot to mention, when I said how long it would take for one person to join the queue, I meant no one ever actually joined the queue. And keep in mind, that was all at 10 times the speed. And I couldn't find a single lobby with anyone playing Bespin, and most of the time it was the same situation with the Scarif DLC and the Death Star DLC, and that's the sad truth most of the time. No one is playing these. You'd have to get pretty lucky to find a full lobby in the DLC modes. Now, if you do still want to attempt to play these, I have noticed most of the time they play on the weekends, either in the morning or 4 p.m. in the afternoon to 8 p.m. in the afternoon. And sometimes you can find a lobby on weekdays, but usually only in the evenings, which sucks because the DLCs are really fun to play. And what makes it worse is that there's no single player option to play these. They're all multiplayer exclusive. So if you'd want to play, let's say, the Bespin map, you'd have to get lucky and try and find a multiplayer lobby. And I'm not going to rate the Bespin DLC, well, because I never actually played it. I don't want to rate it a good rating if it's not good, and I don't want to rate it a bad rating if it's not bad. Now, in the future, I might do a sequel to this video, that is, if I can ever actually find a lobby of Bespin or Scarif. Anyways, that's where I'm off today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Some folks, bye.